And the circle of shadow and light enter from shadow to light. You enter, the doors close behind you, and you do see in this space like a dome of black lights across this dome. This space is enormous. You see in the center of this space a fountain, and you see two individuals at the fountain, Auntie Cooper and Armand. And your father, Tybalt, goes, "Come no closer."
I'd like to turn to Tybalt for a moment. I believe that you have the strength inside you to defy your father if you so wish.
Enough running. Is enough running. And I'll kind of do a step forward, looking towards Auntie Cupida.
As she says, "I would not come any closer. I am the Cardinal of Hollow Harbor. We needed to study you and see you when you went. You have a gift. I may as well address you with my name. I am Anya Anatoli."
And do you still make tea?
So, without moving closer, is there enough room for me to move sideways?
I can give you the option. It would have to be a hide roll.
Double fives.
I'm going to talk about the consequence of that mixed success.
Oh dear.
The rest of you see the star behind Art blinks. A tendril black shadow, dripping with black ooze, whips out behind you. You dodge out the way, and you mortals all gather to look at this thing coming out of the night sky of this dome.
Oh, ooh, it's like a fucked up beholder.
Whoa! Wow. Okay. Damn. Not pretty.
It's gonna be a massacre.
Oh, you bad man.
It's the Light Devourer. He's already got his sword out. He's gonna go, "Cardinal, we need to leave." And we'll tear this. And the Cardinal will make their way through. And then he goes, "To you, Tybalt. It was nice to see you, son." It was nice to see you, son.
You and... Oh, cool, I tried to grab him. I really want to grab him, though.
I will, for you, I will allow this as your moment in this first phase of this situation to grab for your father.
I'll let the Cardinal go, 100% sure, because she's like, I'm so hurt by her that I cannot deal with it. It's like, I want to ignore the fact
I'm going to need either, I think they're both about the same move or strike.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to use whatever one's better unless they're the same.
Okay. Alright, yeah, the same.
Okay. This will be obviously a disadvantage, obviously, because you don't have any actions in it.
Yeah.
And you have no more drives left apart from one.
I know, yeah, that's
Probably
fine.
save it.
I'm gonna believe on the power of goodwill and rightfulness. Come on. Disadvantage here. I'll just grab him. I'll say, "You're going nowhere, Daddy," and I'll just call him Daddy, all sarcastically, even though I might not do it. Oh no, that's a 1. Okay, it's a disadvantage, so I don't even need to see what the other one is. Unfortunately,
You go, "Daddy!" And you try to grab, and literally gone. Your father's left you here to die.
Well, that answers that question, doesn't it?
Or prove yourself. So, that is your turn for this phase.
Yeah.
Art and Class, what do we do in this moment?
May I go next? Only because I've had something...
Yes, you wanted to go next. You did.
I've had something saved up for a while, and I wanted it to use
this is your chemistry. Yeah.
I wanted to use it on those two motherfuckers. But now
I'm so sorry.
it's actually more thematic All right, because the chemical concoction I have been creating is a flammable concoction. What I would like to do is I would like to take basically I would like to spread this concoction around the three of us, sort of like maybe a half circle type of thing. In front of, and then in it, I'm gonna one line it. I'm gonna put my pipe in my mouth. I'm gonna light it with one of my matches, light up and say, "Devour this," and then throw the match onto the chemical and hopefully light it up.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to roll control in this.
Yay!
And as it's a gear item, I'll let you add a extra die to this.
Oh, you are a fine.
It's a one-time use because you've made a concoction. It's one-time use.
Fine person. It's a 4, but it is on the gilded, so that's quite nice. I get a drive.
So you get a drive back. Fantastic. At this moment, so mixed success. What I'm gonna say is, what happens is you form this thing and it really goes, it kind of reels back and there's no mouth to be seen, but it goes, and as this flame comes up and you're like, ha ha! Tendril comes through the flames and you will be struck and take a mark and bleed.
Oh, 9. Do you know what? Worth it. I'm quite pleased with that one.
Yep. It would have been worse if you failed.
Oh, yes.
Art. Flames around smoke. You see a tendril strike Arthur. Strike Klaus.
Nope, you said it now.
Nope. Yeah, actually, you take the point.
Okay, so give me some context. We are in the room. We've got the fountain.
Yes.
We've got the light devourer, and we've got the door.
Yeah, that's currently closed behind you. Yeah.
It's closed behind us.
It closed behind you. It's similar to when they went in. It closes behind. I mean, you can always attempt to try and reopen it somehow. That's also.
Is there anything else in this
door?
Is there anything else in this room? Can I look around and just see if there's anything else that's like useful?
Well, the floor itself is like white marble. Again, there's these just it's more. There's no story being told on the floor. It's more like architectural design, almost like one big alchemic circle, like a glyph almost. There's this giant fountain, and as you said, the light devourer. I will also say, in this moment as well, I'll let you do this for free.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a survey.
Hmm. 6.
There's another gigantic door on the other side of this space. You do not know where it goes.
Okay. Can I look up to the creature?
Yes.
And say, I will do a deal. Fuck you. And I'm just going to run. On the other side.
I'm going to say in this moment that will be a move roll. You are trying to just go gun it. And try to... Is this to the new door you discovered? Or the old door? Alright.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Needle.
Move roll, please. Again, just for going forward, most of these rolls, if not the majority, are going to be high state rolls.
Yep.
There.
I'm going to pop a drive in there because...
Yep.
Straight roll. Hello. It's a 3.
You go to proceed forward, and again, I'm going to say at this point, hovering over the flames through the smoke, it whips out a tendril, grabbing your leg and pulling you towards it. But as you do, I'm going to say in this point, you take a mark in body as your face slams to the floor and you start to be dragged. It's actually going to be 2 points because you failed. And the mixed success would have been 1, but 2. You smack it, you get a cut across your head there, and you're severely concussed in this moment.
Ouch. Oh dear.
That is the end of our first phase. We restart
Am
again.
I grappled?
We'll see how it develops. That's more the narrative
Okay.
of this. We'll see. We'll see how the story develops. Theobald, we'll go round in this order now that we've just done it in. Theobald, you're up next.
Okay. So I see the creature kind of partially in flames, or is it not really working?
You see, it's like a moving black hole.
Okay.
The only thing that you can see is its eye, really, and you can just see the shape. It's really hard to see it, kind of a bit with the smoke from the flames.
Yeah.
But you can see it's blacker than the flames. So you kind of do make the sense of it. And just for scale size, it is basically the size of, like a hot air balloon? Times 2.
Wow. Fuck, that's huge then. Okay. That's enormous. Okay. T-Bolt is gonna kind of like, while he's kind of moving backwards, kind of a slow motion almost, time will slow down for him as he kind of like reaches into his backpack and he pulls out his Ouija board that is like a black with the golden kind of letters, and he's gonna use it almost like we will use a crucifix and kind of like put it in front of my face, kind of protecting my covering my face and pointing it towards it. And on my mind, I'm gonna start saying super loud, kind of like, help me, all of you. I know you are here. I know you suffer a lot. What this creature is done to you. You can channel. You can use me. You can channel through me. This is your time. You don't have to be scared anymore. And I'll kind of like try to communicate and channel all the ghosts, all these globules that we've been seeing. I don't know, just push it in there.
Sure, absolutely. In this tent, I feel this is a sense roll. You're calling on the spirits.
Okay, perfect. Since I have 3, so wow, that's my best one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my drive to do a 4th one there. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. I wanna use this.
This is the time. Use all you got.
Yeah, I think so, because otherwise you're gonna die. At least to distract it while we... Okay, that's 1 Candela. That's amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, with a 6. With a 6. I'm going to say in this moment, as you put down this Ouija board and you look at this creature once again, you see little blips of blue, white light in its body. Almost like there's a little crackle of lightning in the thundercloud. And with that, some souls are released from its insides. As it's consuming, like the inside of it's made up of souls that have been corrupted. And you are diminishing its power by freeing them to the other side. And you see it kind of go, and like reduce in size a little bit. The shadow shrinks. And it's and its eyes like looking everywhere, then it just goes to you.
Keep moving backwards as I'm doing that as well on the direction that.
But great roll. Great roll.
Yeah.
Moving on to it doesn't have to be in order, but you, just if you want to do that, that's also not optional. But whoever wants to go next can.
Cool. Unless you want to, Josh, I've got something.
No, you go for it.
Cool. My professor's been stood there for a moment with his pipe, obviously, just contemplating, and he's actually found a kindred spirit in this weird devil demon thing. We both have one eye. And this, I am afraid, is ein weakness. For with only one eye, you can lose that eye. And I'd like to take my dagger, and I would like to throw it towards the eye. Please.
Okay. In this case, you're throwing something. This will be a control roll because it's finessing. You're throwing something or shooting something. In this case, you're throwing a knife. So, high stakes roll.
Drive, please.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, no, I will take that. It's a 4, but it's not gilded this time.
Okay, with that, you go and throw this, and it goes, and it lands in its eye that was focused on T-Ball, doesn't see it coming, and he goes, and at this point, it's kind of just thrashing out like crazy, and since it's already hit you one of its tendrils, it's wild flaying, so it doesn't really see what it's doing, and one of its spare tendrils just clocks you. You take a marking body.
Okay.
But great, that's great. It's taking some form of damage, physical or magical in nature. Spiritual. Fantastic. You flung smash into the edge of the fountain.
I take a little sip from the fountain whilst I
fucking hell. I mean, are you going to take a sip from the fountain?
I mean, I have to. I've already said I was going to do it a while back.
So. If you're going to do it, then you have to wait till your next turn. I can say a little bit just drops on your shoulder, and you feel like there's warmth to it. Ooh. On top of your clothing. Art.
Am I grappled? Am I free?
For this moment, you tell me what you're going to do, and then we'll see if you're still grappled.
I'd like to try and hide in the fountain underwater. I want to dive in, drink.
Okay. Roll me. You can dive and hide in the fountain, but this is not going to be a hide roll.
Why not?
Because things were going to happen when you dive in.
Oh, shit.
I'm just going to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
This is more about getting to the fountain, so it will have to be a move roll if you want to do this. Oh, for
fuck's sake, that's the complete opposite of what I want from this.
I know, but for the sake of what's going to happen, if you were just going to hide behind the fountain, then yeah. If you're diving into the fountain, there are things that are going to happen. Full transparency.
Well, I've said it now, haven't I? Fuck it, disadvantage.
Or you could just hide behind it, that's also valid.
No, I said it.
Right, roll me a move,
Go out with the splash. Disadvantage, here we go. Lol. Yeah. 6 and a 3.
And you're out of the drives, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
You go to do... you're crawling as it's getting distracted and it's flinging people about. In this moment that it's flailing, you just get flung and released. And you against one of the walls. And you take a mark and 2 marks in body.
Well, that's good night from me.
Oh, shit.
I didn't even make it to the fountain?
Huh?
I didn't even make it to the fountain?
Nope, not with a 3. You get flung further away into a wall.
Goodbye.
And you crumple. You see he disappears. I'll say from your vantage point, guys, he just goes flying through the smoke and you don't see him where he's went. And the tendril comes back from flailing, comes back empty. We come into the next phase here. T-Bolt or Plus, you're up next.
It's up to you. Again, I've got an idea, but if you've got something you want to do.
You go first if you got any idea. I have some rough concept, but it's not fully fleshed out yet. I'm just trying. I got 2 things that I'm not sure which one would be better.
Cool. I'm going to... I felt that warmth on my shoulder, and I saw that Art was flung across the room. And I'm going to... If it's okay, I'm going to say he's not too far away from me.
I'm going to say there's a split in the smoke for a second. You just see a crumpled Arthur, broken, shattered.
I'm going to stick my hand into the fountain. I'm going to scoop up some water. I hope. Water. And I'm going to feed it to Art.
Well, the fountain and where the wall is are very separate from each other. So if anybody's drinking it, it'll have to be you.
Can I not cup it in my hands?
You can't do that and then move in the same turn.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it's it will
I'll
play.
have
It's
to-
based on actions.
I'll have to hold it in my mouth and then spit it back into. No.
Like mother with some fucked up mother bird stuff. Like
Balls. Oh, really? Oh,
because
man.
he got
Okay.
flung to the other. Because he failed,
Yeah.
he get the opposite of what he wanted.
All right. Ah, damn. I'll have to drink it myself in that case then.
Oh god. Right. I just need you to roll me a d6.
A d6.
Yes.
There is no stat for this.
Just quickly, while he's
Yeah.
actually dipping, trying to drink the water, how is the creature reacting to the water itself? You know, that the fact, does it seem like he's doesn't like the idea of the water itself? I'm just really kind of pushing.
So with that,
Sorry.
that would require to use your action for that turn.
Yeah, so I think
So if you-
that will make sense. I'll try to kind of like.
What we're gonna do first
Yeah.
is resolve this, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna come to that. So, Klaus.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happens.
You're all perfectly fine. You wake up from the dream.
You consume this, hoping, and you feel like as you're scooping it up, you feel intense heat on your hands. But it's not like fire, it's just like really almost piping hot water, but you're able to scoop it and you do it quick enough to take a sip. And you drink too much. And you feel a burning intense. It feels like you're burning from the inside
Oh.
out. You will take 3 marks and bleed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Good night.
Yeah.
Without knowing what this stuff is, you've consumed it, you've consumed too much, and the appropriate thing has happened.
No, not the appropriate thing.
And we just see the scene of you go, ah! And you just see like almost like there is a bright light trying to burst out your body, and almost I'm gonna say for a second you can see light appearing from parts of your eyes like shining out, and then and you just crumple into a heap at the fountain,
That changes things.
incapacitated. Which is why I let him go first, just in case that happens.
Makes sense.
Theobald, you find yourself alone once again.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
We're really good companions.
Yes, yeah.
Well, the truth is inside, I'm not really alone though. That's the good thing. I have the spirits on my side. I got the girl and I got Jack,
see.
and I will kind of thinking. I guess Tibble will see this just to kind of like to paint like this thematic picture of what's happening in the movie, you know, that we are really kind of watching, and you will see like all these ghosts that are kind of around Tibble behind like an army of spirits, and I think Tibble will straight away thinking it's seeing that this is the water of life, and he drank too much and he kind of went the wrong way around. I'm gonna actually dip my planchette that I was holding into the whole fountain and splash the creature as much as hard as I can with the water. Yay! Yeah.
I'm going to say you're attempting to get this on the creature, so that's like
Yeah.
you're aiming something. So
Yeah,
I'm
but,
gonna say this is a
but just
Go
to
ahead.
be kind of like pushing it there, I will be asking the spirits around me to actually help me with it, rather, because I know Tybalt is not
Okay.
good at shooting or anything like that.
okay.
Or that good
okay.
at it, I guess. I don't know. He's not that bad actually neither.
I'll tell you what.
But I don't know. Up to
If
you.
we just say you dip it into the fountain, I'll let you roll sense.
Okay, definitely. Sure. I will
Okay.
definitely do.
To help, it is your conduit to them.
Yeah.
Roll me a sense, please.
Right. I also changed because I just realized that I don't have. I've lost my book, so I changed the book for the planchette. So as a gear, and if you're okay with it, I could actually soak one bleed. There is like I was reading that some items can actually do that, so it could be a ward in a way as well, in case, just because the nature of it. But
I say if you succeed in going forward, that can be the case, and you've empowered the thing, but not in this moment.
Alright, perfect. So I have 3 die. I don't have any dice, but I have a resistance still, so I'm gonna burn it if it goes wrong. Okay, come on, spirits, come on, Jack! Oh, yes! Okay, that is a Candela. I don't want to even burn it, yeah. And 2 fail. 2 once. I know.
Wow!
I know.
A truly 50-50 coin flip
Yes,
here.
yeah.
I would say in this moment, you look at the creature, you look at, again, as the creature passes through, it causes like enough of a breeze to see now you seeing Art down, crippled once again. And then you see Klaus attempting to utilize this, using his scientific method to find a way to balance the odds, backfiring. And this moment, you work with what you know best. And learning everything you've learned coming down here. And the spirits are the way to win this. You dip your Ouija board into there. And it acts as a conduit, soaking up the magic that is contained in this liquid. Transferring the energy to you. And for a moment, stepping out of your vessel, a white light of a person, a woman. Dear Bert, I was there with Jack. I am the one who kept him with you. Because I, as well, have always been with you. This is the voice of your mother, Veronica.
I thought so. Damn.
And behind her, millions filling up this hall of spirits, looking at the thing that has corrupted their souls. And they all swarm and in this point it kind of like tadpoles entering a air bubble, and it starts to brighten and expand in different places, and it's like almost like a balloon about to pop, and then exploding from the eye outward, bright blue whitish light envelops this place, blinding you once again. And the creature has disappeared. The fire dissipated. And spiritual energy in the space looking to you, looks like snow, descends this space, entering into the earth, with the spirits resting in the ground where they belong, undisturbed. The light devourer exercised.
I feel like crying so much. I'm really holding back. Fuck.
At this point, you hear the doors you entered through open. You're left here, kind of weakened by this moment, and you look towards the door and you see your mother in the doorway there as the door is opening. She goes, Jack. The shadows standing with you, kind of crouched by you, like kind of there as a supporting hand. Like, I leave the rest to you.
Yeah. I will imagine that I don't see her like on her last moments. I guess she will look beautiful like before when she got sick, kind of thing.
And stepping, not seeing any of this per se, as Varen steps into her place, and members of Candela Obscura, agents, investigators, flag her, and they come running into the space to assist you. We pan out. It is a couple days later when we find yourselves in your safe house. Your basement. There is no sign of Anya. Her whole flat that she lived in this building, gone. All her belongings. It's just like things covered up with sheets. As Candela storm in and canvass the place, nothing is left. And you've been resting these last couple of days as you gather with Varen, debriefing from what has happened. And this will allow, starting with Art, to tell us how they obtained their second scar. And what we see as we arrive back at your round table where you hold your seances.
So I think in this case, he's basically gone head first into the wall. And it's left, a huge part of his skull and his head bloodied and scarred and matted. I think, this is a physical scar, but it's almost like a permanent concussion, basically, that he's going to have from now on. A complete lack of focus and a difficulty concentrating from like a serious head injury. So to that end, I'm going to take a point out of focus, and I will also add it back into sense, as he becomes more open to those things that are beyond.
Amazing. And Professor, you were affected by a godly amount of bleed. What sort of quirk, magical effect has taken over the original denier of the unknown?
I think
and the mystical.
It would be nice to tie it back to the slash that he got across his chest. I think that'd be quite cool. So I'm going to say that it was a sort of light that came out when he drank too much, wasn't it? I think I'm right in saying.
Yeah, it was almost like you became a human lighthouse.
Yeah. I think that remains in that slash across his body. And he remains a human lighthouse, but just like across that one scar. Which, yeah, I think is quite cool. But in regards to changing things up, I think probably people are going to be a little bit less likely to do something that he asked for. So maybe there's a little bit of standoffishness of somebody who's just got a big glowing scar across them. So I think I will lose a point in sway, which feels right. But buoyed by his brilliant use of a dagger to at least partially blind the baddie, I think I'm going to add it to strike.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Great. And I'll say you have to cover up. Like you're wearing more clothes. You're adding more sweaters.
Yep.
More professor. You've got 2 sweaters on as a professor. You usually have 1. You have 2 now. Just to try and hide the dull glow from normal folk.
But if we ever need light again, I literally just Superman open my shirt and we're good to go.
I will say, in dark spaces going forward, but. When I say going forward, we'll get to that point in a second. But if you want to, as a character choice, I will allow you to do add extra die to survey.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely take that.
Going forward, for any survey roll, you will get extra dice.
Amazing.
Like a permanent piece of gear.
Cool.
a bleed ability of sorts. We'll talk about that. There may be a pro and a con from using it.
Yeah. I think
because it is bleed, you are activating a bleed ability. So there's maybe a give or take situation there.
I think if it's in darkness, probably makes sense that I would lose one in hide if I ever tried to hide anywhere, because you'd be able to see it. So maybe there's a plus and a minus.
Let's call it that then.
Yeah.
So whenever you do, you will, you'll lose a die, or I don't know how many hides you've got. Actions in hide.
I've got one, so I would go down to disadvantage.
I would say disadvantage going forward, whenever you go to like be in dark spaces.
Yeah.
And you'll obtain a die when doing survey.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
Great.
I feel left out, but I'm lucky I don't have a scar. You know?
Considering your roles, you got pretty lucky when it came to the big bad fight.
I know. I just put my actions in the right place. I guess I was really thinking. I mean, how to deal with
you've got no things to. Oh, you might have after this assignment and stuff like that. So, and we now turn to Varen, who goes. We come to the end of this debrief of what we will call Assignment Lightborn. There's more to investigate about that space, but we will catalogue it as such for the records. Is there any final remarks from yourselves, Shadowlight? And I do have this one other question to you. You have been through a lot. No one will stop you if you do not want to stay. I know your circle is new, but it doesn't have to continue. But with your experience is what we need to learn as much as we can. We would be happy to have you, but that is your choice. We will not chase you, we will not bother you. But also be aware, there are those out there who wish you harm. So therefore they're offering you either to stay on or retire from Candela. And also, if there's any passing remarks that you want to add to the assignment's final debriefing notes to help us wrap up our story.
Do you finally believe, Professor? I think this is your time. For both of you, I think you've both become phenomena, just like me. I mean, where else would we be with running this freak show, if not here? But I don't want to speak for all of us, but I am definitely in.
Yeah, I think you have done very, very well to hide all the projectors so far. But I will find them, so I'm in as well.
I wonder what it'll take you to believe, Professor.
Can I go up to whatever her name is?
Baron.
And say, look, I'll make you a deal.
You little fuck. But hey, go for it. What sort of deal are you talking?
I'd like to learn. Give me access to your records and I'll continue.
That would depend on the records. Some are classified for the higher ups.
I'll say, look, there's only one thing I want to find. It's a record of an incident in the Scarlet Woods 15 years ago.
Okay. I'll look into stuff. Let's talk further after this.
Deal?
If it's within jurisdiction, then I can give you those files.
So it's a deal.
Sure.
Great, let me take that. Can I now try and steal shit from her just to... And I'm going to say, yeah.
For the other key illumination,
Yes,
steal from them? Okay.
Yes, I guess if you're gonna be a patron, maybe I could do with an arcane text to consult in the future as well, now that we ask him, but sure.
Again, we could probably provide something to a degree in that aspect, if you're looking for a medium, but your Ouija board is interesting.
Thank you. I guess I noticed at this point that I don't have it on me because they're probably taking it for inspection as they are kind of
It's
hosting
currently
us.
going through some checks. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's gone off to forensics.
Yeah,
dude.
definitely.
Yeah. It's
Candela.
under research. Yeah, it's
100%.
you may or may not get it back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just look towards my two new companions and say, like, wow, that was the most scary experience in my life. Well, let's say this, yes, definitely the most scary experience, but we pulled together. That was impressive. We got something here going on.
Yeah, it should be fun.
I think Arthur just looks down at his hands and goes,
We need to rest and recover. Get well. We have to solve my father's fault. These people, we have to avenge what's happened to us. We were bastards.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the professor and say, now, that Dr. Frankenstein you mentioned.
Yeah, mein Freund.
Cut to
Yeah, I was gonna.
Sorry, just
You beat me to it. Yeah.
just as that's happening, and like everything cuts to black for a moment, and then you hear, "Whistle takes the science mobile."
Yeah, imagine like a lightning outside. like John Frankenstein when he's a Frau Blucher. It's like lightning outside.
It's just a closing credits montage of just chaos.
Always like, you know, at Marvel movies do the credits, and then there's like a final thing at the end. It's like that. Oh wow. Well, thank you so much to my players. I'm sorry, not sorry, for the harm I caused your characters, but some great moments of just taking over the narrative from that. Amazing, and the fights and the narrative, it was the most I could ask for. It was such a. I knew this would be a fun one. I've really enjoyed. It feels like I've been writing for horror films, and I fucking love it.
I know you're so good, man. I'm so
Yeah.
loving it. That was amazing. One of the best games I've ever played. Seriously.
Added to the post-anti projects. Let's go. And applying for BFI tomorrow. So, with that, guys, we're going to close out, and I will now give you the name of the chapter from today's, as we close out assignment Lightborn. This was chapter 3, Fountain of the Living Light. Take care till then. Make sure that you subscribe, like our stuff on YouTube. We are on YouTube as Rolly. That's Roll-Y Grail. But you can find us on Twitch as Post-Anti. Rolly Grail is pretty much our tabletop series that we run here on the channel. And of course, Cisco Blanco, you have a channel of Rolls of Fate that I'm going to be... Well, I'll play D&D tomorrow. So that's Rollers of Fate. Each word begins with a capital and it's rollers _of _fate.
Yeah.
Join them. They thrice weekly, if I've got it right.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It's like I've heard the announcements a hundred times already. You can check them out on Twitch, and they also have YouTubes as well. So thank you all again. Thank you to my players, and
No, that's the end.
Yep, that's it.
shit.